Fantastic. It's good to have you here. Congratulations on your win in Gomwa Central and Happy New Year.
Thank you, and many happy returns.
Indeed. Kwame, let's start off with the obvious ones. You had indicated that through Kennedy Japan, the NPP had reached out to you to join their side in the 9th Parliament. You plan to meet the NDC as well. Subsequently, the NPP released a statement to say that they have not initiated any conversations with you directly or through someone. What are your responses to that?
The onus lies on Honorable Ken to issue a statement that nobody asked him to engage me. So that is not mine to. I have stated clearly that I've met with Honorable Kennedy Japan. We had to meet on the 26th. I couldn't make it. We had to meet on the 27th. I couldn't make it. We had to meet on the 29th. I couldn't make it. We met on the 3rd, and we had every conversation. And I trust Honorable Kennedy Japan. When he spoke with me, he contacted all the people in the party. In fact, they are all scared to approach me because of what they have done. And so it is not mine to defend. It is Honorable Kennedy Japan to issue a statement and say, yes, it was the party that asked him to engage me or not. But the fact is that I have met him on behalf of his party, according to him. And we have had various conversations. They have put their offer on the table, which they made very clear. And so I think that instead of issuing a statement on this simple matter, where somebody has taken the initiative to approach me to ensure that they get one parliamentarian on their side, instead of...
Oh, it looks like we lost that.
Secretary issuing a statement left 100 and I'm right here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Kwame. Go ahead.
I think that instead of issuing a statement on this issue, instead of rushing to issue a statement on this issue, that Honorable Kennedy Japan has approached me and has made some offer and has asked me to align with them in Parliament. This is a very straightforward matter. And it is only a General Secretary who has nothing to do and who is trying to cover his shame that will come out and release such a statement. I'm surprised at the statement. I'm surprised at how quick he issued that statement. Instead of issuing a statement on how he failed as a General Secretary, failed a big party like the NPP at his age, young guy, and brought his political career to an abrupt end.
I see, Kwame, what was the offer that was made to you?
I stated clearly that in our discussion, it came up that the NPP would not contest the Gomwa Central constituency election in 2028. The other stuff, and I did that deliberately. Honorable Ken is my friend. He's my big brother. He's my godfather. He's everything. He made the approach. It was going to be difficult for me to say no to him, looking at the support that he has given me over the years. Anytime I have an issue, he's the one that I go to. But I had to let the public know that this is part of the offer that they are coming up with. It was deliberate. Every other thing that they said, I'm not going to put out there. I don't think it is right for me to put out there. But I wanted this one to be on record because as I sit here, I'm still consulting to see what my move in the House will be. And so I'm not going to come up and tell everybody all the offers that we made. But I just wanted to put this on record. And because of the kind of people that they are, who are not trustworthy, people that you cannot trust, they quickly came and said, we did not ask anybody because they know that in 2028, they'll be bringing a candidate to come and contest. Of course, I don't even care who they bring. I will beat that candidate. Even in power, I beat them. So I won't be worried about who they are bringing in opposition. After beating you in power, what are you going to bring from opposition? So that is not even an issue. But it was only a bait. I set a trap and they fell in it. And everybody has seen the kind of people they are. Their problem is that I've stated that as part of our discussion, it came up that they are not going to. That is where they have a problem. And that is what I know for a fact that I cannot trust them. So I deliberately put that out to see their reaction. And of course, this is who the NPP are. People who went to court to fight that Cynthia Morrison is a member of their party and so they are still majority and turned around and sacked her from the party immediately they lost the election. You have to be very careful when you're dealing with them.
I see. And then you say you have a meeting with the incoming majority as well. What will be your demands to them?
That is not something that I have to put out yet.
Well, I can respect that.
Yes. That is not something that I have to put out. I will definitely. I'm in Parliament with my Facebook friends. I don't want to leave them out, which I don't know if you are a part of. But I want them to be informed. I want to tell them everything that is happening. I have nothing to hide. Oh, A+. Now you are a member of Parliament. Don't go on Facebook. But Donald Trump is on Twitter. He's the president-elect of the United States of America. He's on Twitter every day with his people. So I will always inform you whatever comes out of this meeting. But I can tell you what Kodua released. It does not change much. Kodua cannot tell me where to sit or where not to sit. He has no power to decide where I want to sit. It is not his to decide. His is to go and sit home as a field general secretary. That is his.
I see.
I beat him as an independent candidate in an election. I beat him.
Well,
he failed. And it is not his to decide where I sit. I can walk into Parliament and decide to caucus with NPP.
Indeed. Kwame, you also wrote that whatever decision you take after both meetings will be one that benefits not only you, but your people as well. I want us to look at the mass of the incoming Parliament, right? The NDC obviously would have a really large majority, so to speak. The NPP, on the other hand, what we have termed the mini or micro minority. What leverage do you think that you have right now as an independent candidate in Parliament, particularly as against the NDC?
Okay, thank you so much. My lady, A+ is...
Hello, Kwame.
It's an institution on its own.
Hello, Kwame. We lost you there for a bit. Say that again. We lost you.
Can you hear?
I can hear you now. So let's start over.
A+ is not a person. A+ is an institution. I went into an election and won not because I lost primaries and I got angry. I knew I was going to win. And whatever I do in Parliament is not dependent on who has majority and who has minority. The fact that NDC has majority and won over 50 seats with less than 500 votes should let them know that the tax ahead is huge. And so they have to be bringing people on board and working towards the next, unless they want to be in power for 4 years. We are experts in bringing governments down. We have the track record. We have done this over and over. And so if you are not doing the right thing, we are going to deal with you. I don't want us to start that early. NDC have shown clearly that they are ready. They want us to talk. I'm going to listen. I'm very confident, and what we are going to discuss is not something I'm going to put out there, because unlike the NPP that I do not trust and I have to bait them, I believe that what the NDC will say they will stand by their words. And so it is not about whether who has majority they need or they don't need. Everybody in Ghana, you cannot be in Ghana and not need A+. NPP said they don't need me. I went out there and I took their seat. They will learn from that. And I don't think that NDC will make that same mistake.
Indeed. But humor me, Kwame. Will your demands include monetary gains?
Kindly say that again.
I'm saying, humor me. Will those demands include money?
Money, as in, like, they have to pay me some money to join them.
Well, it's your leverage. If you choose to make money out of it, will you?
Oh, no. It has nothing to do with money. Look, I went into this election knowing that I was going to spend into this election knowing very well, and I didn't go in knowing that I was going to spend money and make it back from anybody. And so the only demands that I'm making, the road from Winnipeg Junction to Swedro to Apam, and these are big towns in the central region, Winnipeg Junction, Swedro, Apam, driving through Afranse, de Rampon. The road is very bad. And these are the things that I'm looking at. I'm looking at who wants to help us to fix our roads. In our area, nobody buys white shirt. If you sell white shirts in our area, nobody will purchase it because it will turn into a brown shirt. So you better buy a brown one in advance because of the dust.
I see.
And so, yes, and so we are looking at stuff that will benefit the whole constituency and will benefit people.
I see. But Kwame, maybe not money. Deputy Speaker, maybe?
I have never been desperate. I'm not a desperate person. I am just living, and I'm a very spiritual person. I don't even do stuff that that my inner spirit is not telling me to do. When I set out to win the election, I know I was going to win. When we won the election, my team, everybody was crying. I was surprised that, so you didn't believe we were going to win. I knew I win. Anything that I get is because the spirit wants me to get it. I've never been desperate. I'm never desperate. I'll never be desperate. I'm just working, focused on.
No, Kwame, I wasn't asking about desperation. I was asking whether or not, Kwame, can you hear me?
I'm not making the, yeah.
Yes, I was asking perhaps maybe it is not for the money, but maybe your eye may be on deputy speakership. Would that work for you? That you may want to be the deputy speaker? Well, it seems we lost that connection. We are going to get Kwame back on the line because we are not done. I want to hear his expectations of later tonight when, you know, the 9th Parliamentary convenes for the first time, excuse me, past midnight. But there was just gone by. It's Kwame Asariobing. He's Goma Central.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Kwame, did you get my question? I said maybe you don't want money. Perhaps if yes. Deputy Speaker is on the table, you take it.
I will serve in any capacity in Parliament. The only thing I don't want to do in government, and I've stated this very clear, is that I don't want to be a minister. Whether minister or deputy minister, I don't want to be a minister or deputy minister. But if anything comes up in Parliament, I'll consult, and if it's the right thing for me to do, of course, I'm going to do it. But it is not going to be part of my demand that, hey, if I will caucus with you, give me this or make me this. No, that's not part. But if a suggestion comes up, I will consult people that I believe that give me the best advice, and then I'll take it from there.
Well, look at us. We are getting somewhere. But let's talk about tonight, right? When the MPs elect convene in the chamber for the very first time. What are your expectations? What are you feeling?
Honestly, me, I'm ready. I don't feel nothing.
Really?
Unfortunately, like I just think that God has a very long journey, and I think that I have even delayed, and so these things don't excite me. I think there's a huge future ahead of me. There's a long way to go. So it's just a normal day. We'll go in the chamber and go and work for Ghana. I believe the future is too bright, and I believe that I played for too long. I don't know if that is how God wants it. So I'm not comfortable. I'm not being complacent. I think that I should continue working hard. I'm excited, of course, for how far God has brought me. I came to Accra, a homeless person, slept in a shop in Dakuma Junction, and today I'm going to be part of the 9th Parliament. That is a huge achievement, of course. And so, yeah, I'll be excited to be there. But what will excite me most is if I can work to elevate the life of my people in the constituency, if I can bring about development. So the task ahead of me is huge, and it scares me, but we are going to work.